Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Save Base. So I have a quick exercise for you to do if you are battling with unforgiveness, if you are just coming out of a narcissistic relationship or a toxic relationship. This video is for you. Okay, so I had a prophetic reset call with an amazing prophetess of God. She has always poured into my life, prophesied into my life. I met her through TikTok, and we had a very great heart session with her. And during that session, she had told me to write a release letter. Well, I had always journaled my feelings, but I had never released it to God. So I tried her strategy. I sat down, quiet place with God. My kids weren't home. I started to write the letter to the person that I was in a relationship with. And I wrote down every betrayal, every hurt, every pain that I felt, all my anger, all my resentment, all my bitterness, and all my unforgiveness towards him. I wrote that down. I wrote everything that I could remember, everything that God brought to my mind, because sometimes we can forget our trauma, because our brain has a way of shutting us off to those feelings so we won't go into emotional overload. Everything that I couldn't remember came back to me while I was scrolling that release letter. I finally got done a couple of pages in, sat down, and then God was like, read it out loud. I read it out loud, and I broke down like a baby. I broke down, I wept, I snotted, I cried. And the reason I believe that God told me to read it out loud is because I needed to hear out loud what I had experienced in that relationship, right? I had to experience all the feelings that I had suppressed in that relationship. It caused me to release it through tears, through weeping, through crying, through hurt, through pain. And then right after, God was like, give it to me. I laid it at his feet. I ripped those pages out of that book, and I burned that letter. As soon as I burned that letter, I felt a release. Now, this is not saying that you won't get backlash from the enemy when you perform this exercise, okay? I put this very exercise in Girl Forgive Him, Overcoming a Narcissistic Relationship workbook. These are the steps that I took to forgive the person that hurt me, the person that betrayed me, the person that I made the decision to be with outside of the will of God, right? Because you also have to take accountability for healing to start. In that workbook, I put the release letter. I put the steps that you need to take. After I release this person, after I release the hurt, the pain, I felt a burden lifted off of my shoulders. I felt free. That does not mean that you're free from the warfare that comes because you were choosing to heal. That does not mean that you won't experience a level of emotional, like the devil's trying to tap on your emotions to get you into agreement so he can have a legal right to you, right? That doesn't stop him. I had to release that to God. I had to heal from that. I understand that this is what happened. It's not the end of my story. It's not the end of my destiny. It's not the end of my purpose. This is who I am. But you cannot move forward unless you release them. Leaving the relationship is not releasing the unforgiveness. Leaving the relationship and then going on with your life and maybe changing your aesthetic, changing how you move, going to the gym, eating healthy, that's not releasing it. Getting up every day and no longer thinking about them is not releasing the hurt, the pain, the unforgiveness. That can literally keep you stuck in the same season. If you think about it, think about that person that hurt you. Are you in a different spot from what you were in since you have not let it go? If you don't let it go, you stopping your destiny, you're delaying your purpose, you're delaying the blessings that God has for you, because he cannot give you blessings in closed hands when you're holding on to what they did. Holding on to what they did is like drinking poison and thinking that they're going to be the ones that get sick from it. Forgiveness is for you, it's not for them. You're not releasing, that they did it to you. You're giving it to God so he can take vengeance, so he can take justice, so he can move accordingly to his will concerning the matter. Even if he never has vengeance on them or justice on them, you don't know if they repented or not. So it's up to you to do the work and to heal. I have a book called Girl Forgive Him, Overcoming Narcissistic Relationships, and I help you identify what you're going through, why you're going through it, the spirits that are at play, the things that caused you to be attracted to this relationship, and all the above. It's a workbook. This is not a cute book. You go ugly cry, you go snot, you go be upset. It's going to cause you to deep dive. The questions that I have in there is going to cause you to deep dive. It's going to cause you to pull up and uproot the things with the help of the Lord that got you into this position. So if you are a woman that's interested in healing before the 2026 get here, click that link in the bio. It's in my Etsy shop. It is a workbook, a printable digital workbook. It comes directly to your email. You have to download it off the website when you purchase. And I'll see you guys in the next video.